All right, let's talk about headlock defense when the attacker is not threatening a punch, but is standing more or less vertical, attacker upright. So my hands are always here anticipating the punch. Okay, I can go ahead and grab here and here. That way if he does wind up, my hands are right here ready to protect that punch. Okay, so again, number one thing, punch defense. My attacker's upright. He's not really doing much of anything. He's not throwing me around by my head. He's just standing here holding me. Okay. So, first thing I need to do, well, let's show the move and then we'll break it down. So, here. Okay, there it is. So, first thing, always punch defense. Number one, this hand is going to come over top the shoulder here, okay? And I'm looking to cup right on his chin, okay? Not on his neck, on his chin. For some reason, when we train this, people don't want to grab the chin. I guess because it's gross, I don't know. We're grabbing the chin. It's very important because that's how we're going to get our leverage to be able to pull this guy backwards, okay? We're pulling him out of base. So, I'm pulling him backwards, and at the same time, I'm walking my hips forwards. So I'm pushing his hips forwards as I'm pulling his head backwards. So let's take a look at this from the side so you can get a better view of what's going on here. Okay, hand comes over, cups the chin. I walk my hips in. I'm pushing his hips forward with my hips as I pull his head back. Okay. I've got him bent over. He has no power from there. Okay, I've taken his spine out of alignment. So, hand comes over, hips come in, I bend this guy over. Okay, next step, I'm going to squat and scoop under his leg so that when I lift, I'm lifting with my legs and not my back. Okay, so again, from this side, arms over, cup the chin, walk the hips in, bend this guy over. This guy's got to be bent over. Squat, scoop, lift with the legs. Okay? The more this guy's squeezing on my head, the easier this move's going to be because he's carrying his own weight on my neck. Okay? If he lets go, a lot of times he gets heavier because now I'm carrying the weight in the leg. Okay? So again, with most of these self-defense moves, the more they push into us, the more they pull, the easier it is. This is the same. The tighter he squeezes on my head, the easier it is. So, from here, okay, you can see if I don't get my hips in, one, it's hard to pull him back. You'll probably still be able to. But if I try and scoop here, I can't dig deep on the leg, and now, even if I do, I'm lifting with my back. Okay. If you have a big opponent or even someone your own size, really even probably someone smaller, you're not going to be able to lift them up if I'm lifting with my back. So it's very important that I squat looking up to lift. Okay? When he squeezes on my neck, when I look up, it helps carry that weight in my neck. If I look down when I do this, it doesn't carry the weight in my neck as much. And so even if I squat and lift here, most of his weight goes into the leg here. Okay? So it's important to squat, but also look up when we do this. Okay? It's just like squatting with a bar. This aligns my spine and makes me strong so I can carry the weight across my shoulders and in my neck. So, a couple times here. Squat, scoop. You can see I'm looking up here. Your opponent should really be pretty light from here. And then we're just going to dump them. So, a couple times, more or less full speed here. So, always protecting the punch. My attacker's upright. Okay. It's a little hard to train this full speed because we're kind of dropping our opponent. Really, if we try and go slow, when we drop our opponent, you can see how it bends me over and puts all that weight in my back. And so you don't always have to slam your opponent when we train this. A lot of times, just for training purposes, we can just lift to here, set our opponent back down. But just keep in mind that when I lift my opponent, I'm pushing his head down and lifting his legs up. If I lift my opponent and then when I go to set him down, I allow his legs to come back under, he's just going to stand up. So an example of that, okay, he's going to get that foot back under. And we're just right back where we started. So what I'm doing, and what I'll show, is I'm pushing the head down. I'm still on the chin, pushing the head down and lifting the legs up as I set him down. Okay. That way he comes down horizontal to the mat. See that? So I'm really just pushing his head down. So one thing we can do here, by pushing the head down, I don't have to carry his weight so much on the descent. So you'll see what I mean by that. See how instead of hunching over with him, I'm just shoving his head down and then I end up right here, as opposed to carrying his weight as I set him down. So a couple times, kind of full speedish from the side here. Okay, my opponent's upright. Okay. Now I don't have to carry it so much in my back. One more time here. Let's get a different back angle here maybe. Okay. Headlock defense, tacker upright.